You've probably heard people call Bitcoin digital gold. But what does that actually mean? Is it just a catchy phrase, or is there something more to it? Today, we're going to break down exactly why Bitcoin is compared to gold and why it's earned the nickname digital gold in a way that anyone can understand. Gold has been valuable for thousands of years because it's rare. It's hard to get out of the ground, and it's trusted by people all over the world as a store of value. Bitcoin shares a surprising number of these traits, but it's entirely digital. By the end of this video, you'll see why people are starting to treat Bitcoin like a new kind of gold for the 21st century. Let's start with gold. Why is it so valuable? First, it's scarce. There's only a limited amount of gold on Earth. Second, it's durable. It doesn't rust or decay. And third, it's useful for things like jewelry and electronics, and of course, as an investment. The supply of gold grows very slowly because mining it takes a massive amount of time, effort, and energy. Most importantly, people trust gold because it has a long, proven history of holding its value across centuries and civilizations. That trust is the absolute key to its worth. Now, let's look at Bitcoin. It's similar to gold because it's also scarce. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence. That's a hard-coded limit. No one can create more than that, ever. Think of it like digital gold nuggets that exist only within the Bitcoin network. This scarcity is built directly into the system, just like the physical scarcity of gold. That's a huge reason why many people see Bitcoin as a reliable store of value. Both gold and Bitcoin require mining, but they do it in very different ways. Mining for gold means literally digging it out of the ground with heavy machinery. It's a physical, labor-intensive process. Mining for Bitcoin, on the other hand, means using powerful computers to solve complex mathematical puzzles. These puzzles verify transactions and add them to a public ledger called the blockchain. In both cases, mining takes significant effort and energy, and that effort helps give the asset its value. The big difference? Bitcoin mining is digital and global. Anyone with the right computer hardware can participate from anywhere in the world. If this part feels a little tricky, feel free to pause and re-watch. What about durability and storage? Gold is incredibly durable. You can store a gold bar safely for thousands of years. Bitcoin is also durable, but in a digital way. It exists on thousands of computers all around the world, making up the Bitcoin network. This means no single person or entity can destroy it or counterfeit it. As long as the network exists, Bitcoin can't just disappear, much like the element gold can't just vanish from the earth. It's digitally resilient. Now, here's where Bitcoin really starts to shine over gold. Portability and transactions. Gold is heavy, it's a pain to transport securely, and it's difficult to divide for small, everyday purchases. You can't just chip off a corner of your gold bar to buy a coffee. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is purely digital. You can send millions of dollars worth of it across the world in just a few minutes. You can also divide it into tiny fractions to pay for something small. This makes Bitcoin far more practical for modern transactions, while still maintaining that gold-like scarcity. Let's talk about trust. With gold, our trust comes from its long history and our ability to physically verify it. With Bitcoin, trust comes from mathematics and code. Every single transaction is transparently recorded and verified by thousands of independent computers on the network. You don't have to rely on a bank, a government, or any single company to tell you it's real. That's why Bitcoin is sometimes called trustless, not because you don't trust anyone, but because you don't need to trust a single institution. Your trust is in the system itself. Comment below if this makes sense to you. So how do investors use them? Many investors are starting to treat Bitcoin just like they treat gold in their portfolios. For centuries, gold has been used as a hedge, a way to protect wealth against things like inflation. When traditional currencies lose value, gold tends to hold its ground. Today, many people are using Bitcoin in the exact same way. They see it as a way to protect their savings from currency inflation, unpredictable government policies, or economic uncertainty. Its scarcity and decentralized trust make it valuable, just like gold. Let's clear up some common misconceptions. Some people argue that Bitcoin can't be compared to gold because it's digital and new. While it's true that it doesn't have a physical form, the underlying principles of scarcity, security, and trust are very similar. Another misconception is that Bitcoin is only for tech geeks or high-risk speculators. In reality, anyone can own Bitcoin, and more people are using it simply as a long-term store of value, much like they would a gold coin. All right, let's do a quick recap. Gold and Bitcoin both share some key qualities. They are scarce. They require mining to create, and they serve as a store of value over time. Gold is physical and trusted because of its long history. Bitcoin is digital and trusted because of its transparent, unchangeable code. Bitcoin also adds incredible portability and divisibility, which makes it feel like a modern version of gold. And that's why it's called digital gold. If this explanation helped you understand the concept better, comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more simple breakdowns of complex topics. Thanks for watching.